Hi, my name is Ted Lukai, and today I'm here to watch along with you the fundamentals of kickboxing with Mark Stewart. It brings back memories of our early JKD training where there was a lot of banging on in those days, and it was great to give us the upper edge at the time. Not everyone was doing it, and if there were, it wasn't polished or as cultivated as it is today. The elements were basically of people who had karate training, kung fu, and of course, coupled with the Muay Thai, which gave us power in the kicks. You had Savat, which gave us aliveness and extension in the in the kicking format. The Panantukan, which gave us the angles of lateral movement. But now the common denominator, though, of all of those was the Western boxing, the sweet science, proven throughout history with its knockouts. Coupled with all of these, today the surfacing of, especially of the Muay Thai and the Savat groups, have really enhanced the growth and the evolution of kickboxing. And I think today you'll see all of that put together where, true to form, the American melting pot has brought skills to a much, much higher degree. So let's sit back and enjoy Mark and his group show us their stuff.
Hello, my name is Mark Stewart, and this is The Art of Kickboxing. Welcome to The Art of Kickboxing, Part 1, Ring Smart. In this volume we will cover solo, partner, and equipment training, as well as 11 rounds of action-packed progressive sparring. Ring Smart will feature the art of kickboxing as practiced by the Kali Jeet Kune Do family, which includes the arts of JKD, Muay Thai, Savat, and Panantukan. Ring Smart will highlight fundamental concepts, training methods, and techniques geared toward ring use in the international arena. This tape is dedicated to Guru Ted Lukai, who has shown me that mastery is the journey and not the destination. Special thanks to Brian Lentz, Louis Campos, Dan Inosanto, Francis Eshinar, Surapak Jamjantar, and the late Nanfa Sahara Decho for sharing their knowledge in the art of kickboxing. The first area I'd like to cover is the on-guard stance and hand guard positions. Starting out with your feet together, bend, open, and open at about shoulder width. Pull the foot back and turn at a 30 to 45 degree angle with weight distributed evenly. It's very important that the weight is on the balls of the feet and that the heels are off of the floor, so you could slide a piece of paper underneath the heels. The hips should be tucked forward, pelvis forward, chin down. The first hand guard position is what we call the center line on guard position. The lead hand is in front of the chin and the elbow is about palm's width away from the body. The rear hand rests on the side of the body and is also directly in front of the chin. This is the center line on guard position. The second variation is the outside guard position, with both hands guarding the outside of the jaw and resting comfortably in front of the body. The third position, what we have the lead guard low and the high guard on the right-hand side of the body. The next position, we reverse this, we cross it. We have the left guard high and the right guard low, protecting the side of the body. Once we establish the on-guard stance and on-guard hand position, the stance itself facilitates movement in all directions. Shuffle stepping forward, shuffle stepping back. Shuffle stepping laterally to the right and laterally to the left. Switching stances, angle off forward, angle off back. Switching stances, angle off forward, angle off back. As well as utilizing the 8 angles or 8 directions with the footwork, we also utilize the 8 angles for offense with the hands and with the feet. Out of the on guard position, we have the horizontal line, upward diagonal, downward diagonal, upward vertical, and downward vertical. We also can substitute the forehand motions with the back fist motions on all 8 lines. When we think of the 8-angle pattern, not only do we see the 8 directions, but we see a circle in the center that represents the straight line punches. Another way to utilize the principles of 8 directions is with evasions. Assuming the on-guard stance, we bob or slip forward, we fade back, we slip to the right, we slip to the left, bob diagonally forward on the left, and diagonally to the rear, bob diagonally to the right, and fade back to the rear as well. We also just duck straight down, which is the straight line, allowing the punch to slip over the top of the head. The other methods are what we refer to as the bob and weave. Bob right and weave. Bob left and weave. In this phase of training, we go from solo training to partner training, and we'll be utilizing what we call flow drills or continuous motion drills. The first one that we'll be practicing is called the 3-way jab. The 3-way jab, or any flow drill, develops distance, timing, and rhythm, and allows us to work on keeping our structure in motion. The third benefit of flow drills is the cardiovascular or training effect because of the continuous motion. The 3-way jab looks like this slowly. Bob leads, 1, 2, 3, then I lead, forward, back, and forward. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The next phase of training in the 3-way jab will be the insertion of the ABCs, or the attack by combination with the hands. And the first ABC that we'll utilize is the jab cross hook. The first defense that we'll utilize from the jab cross hook will be parry, parry, and cover. And slowly it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab, bob jab cross, hook. And in the flow it looks like this. The second defense against the jab cross hook will be the parry, shoulder roll, and bob and weave. And slowly it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab, bob jab cross, and hook. And in the flow it looks like this. The third defense against the jab cross hook is the parry, parry, bicep stop. And slowly it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab, bob jab cross, hook. And in the flow it looks like this. The second combination, or ABC, that we insert into the 3-way jab is the cross hook cross. And the first defense that we utilize against the cross hook cross is the parry, cover, parry. This time I will be leading the drill. And slowly it looks like this. I jab, Bob jabs, I jab. He cross, hook, cross. And in the flow it looks like this. The second defense against the cross hook cross will be the shoulder roll, bob and weave, and parry. And slowly it looks like this. I jab, Bob jabs, I jab. Cross, hook, cross. And in the flow it looks like this. The third defense against the cross hook cross will be the parry, bicep stop, parry. And slowly it looks like this. I jab, Bob jabs, I jab, parry, bicep stop, parry. And in the flow it looks like this. The third combination, or ABC, that we insert into the three-way jab is the jab, hook, cross, jabbing and hooking on the lead hand and crossing on the rear. The first defense that we utilize against the jab, hook, cross is the parry, cover, parry. And slowly it looks like this. Bob leads, 1, 2, parry, cover, parry. And in the flow it looks like this. The second defense against the jab, hook, cross will be the parry, bob and weave, shoulder roll. And slowly it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab, parry, bob and weave, shoulder roll. And in the flow it looks like this. The third defense against the jab, hook, cross is the parry, bicep, stop, parry. And slowly it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab, parry, bicep, stop, parry. And out of the flow it looks like this. In the next phase of training, we add the kicking to the three-way jab and ABC combinations. This allows us to tie the hands and feet together, which is necessary in the art of kickboxing. And out of the three-way jab, slowly, it looks like this. Bob jabs, I jab. Jab, cross, hook, parry, parry, cover. Right round kick, medium, cover, left high, and spinning back kick. Now, in this mode of training, you can see that we're also changing the technology from parrying and adding the target. So Bob, on the last beat or last technique, offers the target of his gloves to me, thus utilizing technology of parrying and also of giving a target for the opponent. And out of the flow, it looks like this. The second defense and subsequent follow-up with the kicking out of the jab, cross, hook is as follows, done slowly. Bob jabs, I jab, jab, cross, hook, low kick on the inside, medium kick, high kick. And out of the flow it looks like this. The next defense and subsequent kicking follow-up against the jab, cross, hook will be as follows. Done slowly. Bob jabs, I jab. Jab, cross, hook. Low side kick on the inside, outside crescent, and round kick off the lead leg. And in the flow, it looks like this. The next phase of the flow drill or continuous motion training is what we call the three-way kick, thus developing the use of the legs in continuous motion. And slowly it looks like this. Bob kicks, I kick, Bob kicks. And in the flow it looks like this. The first defense and subsequent follow-up with the legs out of the three-way kick is as such, and we'll demonstrate it slowly now. Bob kicks, I kick, Bob kicks and I leg shield, kick on the inside, medium round kick, and outside crescent kick. And in the flow it looks like this. second defense and subsequent kicking follow-up out of the three-way kick will involve the middle line this time, or the medium line, kicking to the rib area. And slowly it looks like this. Bob kicks medium, I kick medium, and when he returns medium, I do the low leg cut, or intercepting on the supporting leg. And in the flow, it looks like this. The third defense and subsequent kicking follow-up out of the three-way kicking drill will be done on the high line, or the kick to the head. And slowly it looks like this. Bob kicks high, I kick high. Bob kicks and I intercept with the front foot jab, round kick low, round kick high. And in the flow it looks like this. The next phase of the three-way kicking drill is defense and subsequent follow-up with the hands. And slowly it looks like this. I kick low, Bob kicks low. I kick low, side kick to the middle line, jab, cross, hook. And in the flow it looks like this. The third defense and subsequent foot and hand follow-up will be on the high line and looks like this slowly. I kick, Bob kicks. I kick, inside low, spinning back fist, low hook, high hook. And in the flow it looks like this. Now I would like to introduce Guru Louis Campos on my left and Guru Mark Sells on my right. They will be demonstrating the next phase of training, which will be equipment training with a partner. It's very important during equipment training that the partners communicate with each other in order to do the techniques properly. What we're utilizing here are called the tie shields. And although we can use many tools and anatomical weapons to train on the tie shields, we will emphasize the tie round kick and also emphasizing power. Hitting with the shin, actually, instead of the inset step as we do the kick. Now these gentlemen will demonstrate slowly the first time and then put it into the flow. In the second phase of the tie shield training, the trainer or the mitt holder will actually be punching at his partner in order for the partner to parry and set up for the kick on either side. So slowly demonstrating, they will be doing jab cross, parry, parry, kick on the outside, and jab cross, parry, scoop, kick on the inside. Very good. And now if we could pick it up and put it into the flow. And in the third phase of tie shield training, the trainer or mitt holder will actually kick at his partner, and the partner will parry to set up on the side for the kick. And if we can demonstrate slowly, Guru Mark will be throwing the front foot jab. Louis blocks to the outside, kick low, high, and good. Other side, inside, kicking to the inside, and double kick. And in the flow, it looks like this. The next phase of equipment training with a partner will be utilizing the kicking shield. And although the kicking shield can be used with a variety of tools or anatomical weapons, we will emphasize the use of the side kick and the spinning back kick. The first kick that Guru Mark will be doing is what we call the elliptical or circular side kick, or chassé from Savat. And so if he can demonstrate slowly. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The next version of the side kick that we will do will be the cross step or step over side kick, stepping behind the lead foot, utilizing full power and follow through into the kicking shield. If Guru Mark could demonstrate slowly. And this is what it looks like in the flow. In this phase of the kicking shield training, we will combine the side kick and the spinning back kick together. If Guru Mark could demonstrate slowly. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The next phase of equipment training with a partner will be the focus mitts. With the focus mitts, we emphasize accuracy and a relaxed speed, a relaxed focus, not so much emphasis on power as the heavier equipment. The first combination that we're going to do is the jab cross hook, and in this drill, the trainer, or the holder of the mitts, will be jabbing with the lead hand. And if Mark could demonstrate slowly, the first counter will be parry and jab cross hook. And in the flow, it looks like this. The second follow-up in the jab cross hook series on the focus mitts, when the trainer jabs, if we can demonstrate this slowly as I'm talking, as the trainer jabs, it will be parry hit simultaneously and finish up cross hook. And in the flow, it looks like this. On the third variation of the jab cross hook series on the focus mitts, Guru Mark will slip to the left and simultaneously hit the glove as Guru Louis is throwing the jab. If you could demonstrate slowly, please. Slip, jab, cross, and hook. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The second combination in the focus mitt training will be the cross hook cross, and we'll follow the same pattern of responding. If they could demonstrate slowly, please. This time, as he jabs, he'll parry, follow it back in, cross, hook, cross, and this is what it looks like in the flow. The second variation of the cross hook cross series in the focus mitt training, as the trainer jabs, Mark will parry and hit simultaneously with the cutting hand or the top of the forearm. If you could demonstrate, please. As Guru Louis jabs, Mark cuts in and finishes up, hook, cross. And this is what it looks like in the flow. In the third variation of the cross hook cross series on the focus mitts, Guru Mark will slip to the left and simultaneously hit the pads. Demonstrating slowly, please. Slip, hit, hook, and cross. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The third combination in the focus mitt training will be the jab, hook, cross. Jabbing and hooking off the lead hand and crossing off the rear. The first follow-up will be parry, jab, hook, cross, off the trainer's jab. Demonstrating slowly, please. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The second defense and subsequent follow-up in the jab, hook, cross series of focus mitt training will be parrying and hitting simultaneously. If you could demonstrate slowly, please. Jab, hook, cross. And in the flow, it looks like this. The third defense and subsequent follow-up in the jab, hook, cross series of focus mitt training will be slipping to the left and punching simultaneously. Done slowly, please. Trainer jabs, slip, punch, punch. And this is what it looks like in the flow. In the next phase of focus mitt training, we will put the hands and the feet together. In this sequence, demonstrating slowly, we will lead off with a side kick, cross, hook, cross, round kick, medium. And this is what it looks like in the flow. The next variation of focus mitt training with the hands and the feet, we will lead with the hands this time and demonstrate it slowly. It'll look like this. It will be jab, cross, hook, spinning kick, and low round kick. And in the flow, it looks like this. The third combination of focus mitt training with hands and the feet will be done like so, slowly. Reverse kick, round kick, cross, uppercut, and overhand. And in the flow, it looks like this.
Hi, my name is Taylor Kai, and today we're going to see Mark Stewart here and Mike Reyes do what we call progressive sparring. Here we isolate the tools from the front to the rear or from the high to the low. This way, each tool gets the attention or the isolation of and cultivation of developing. In this case here, they'll go lead hand versus lead hand. These are the probing tools, the feelers that set up the range, that set up the opening, that create deceptions or direct hits. And what they will be doing, they'll go from a light play attitude then into a medium. This way, they'll get a warm-up, and then they'll intensify on the motions. Okay, without any further delay, we'll have them go for it. All right, this category, as you're going to see now, is the lead hand versus the rear hand. Mike there has the lead hand, Mark has the rear hand, and they're each probing for the targets. Okay, here we're going to see the rear hand versus the rear hand. It can be used as a prober as well as the good old knockout hit. Okay, again, they'll start off light and then pick up the pace as they go along. Now we're going to see both hands employed, each going for the low line. So the front tool and the rear tool, each probing, each looking for the target downstairs. This makes the high line man develop the low line. Now reverse the procedure and bring everything upstairs, up to the high line. Again, each tool developing the cover as well as the offensive move. Okay, here we isolate the levels again. One going high, one going low. Still using both hands. Okay, here is where we have full option now. The high-low lines, front hand and rear hand. Both guys have the equal tools. And now we come to the heavy artillery. Here comes the kicking, using the legs. One guy going low line, one guy going high line. Okay, now we have the low line versus the medium line. In other words, one will still be kicking towards the legs, and Mike will be kicking towards the body. Okay, we saw the effectiveness of the low line. Now both parties will have the low line targets. You saw the speed of the boxing hands, the beauty of the high kicks, devastating low kicks. Now we combine all the tools and just freelance from here on.
I'd like to thank you for sharing your time with me, and good luck in the future with your training in the art of kickboxing. I would like to thank Guro Ted Lukai Lukai, my assistant Bob Deal, Guro Louis Campos, and Guro Mark Sells for helping me here today.